Welcome back to another episode of Can I Get Some Sports With That? I am your host, Neil. You feel me? The host with the most. As always, I got my main man with me, D-Boy. D-Boy, say what's up to the people.
Man, it's finna be some capping going on. That's all I gotta say.
The main man with me, Mike. Mike, say what's up to the people.
What's up, y'all? We here. Let's get it.
We here. Of course, I got Mr. Hey Zeus with me. Zeus, say what's up to the people.
What's up, world? Let's get into it. I'm about to make a lot of people upset today.
And last but not least, I got Chris with me. All right. So let's go ahead and start off with I'm pretty sure everybody and their mama knew this once the trade got made, but Baker Mayfield has officially been announced the starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers for week 1 and going forward in the NFL season, as long as he doesn't come out and just lay an absolute egg. And so I wanted to get you all's opinion. Will Baker Mayfield sink or swim this season? Is he going to have a productive year? Are him and Christian McCaffrey and Robbie Anderson going to get off to a nice little start? Are they going to gel, or are they going to have some chemistry issues? Marcus, I'm going to go ahead and start with you.
All Baker Mayfield did was change the colors of his team. The Panthers are the Browns. They're the Browns. He got Christian McCaffrey, who you could compare to Nick Chubb's. You got Hubbard. I won't compare him to my man's, but Kareem Hunt. But he up there. He can still put up numbers. You got receivers, Moore, and you got Robbie Anderson. That's just like having Landry. And, I mean, you can no, you can't say Odell, but it's another, it's the same dynamic, should I say. So I think he's going to swim. He's going to do good. He's going to take the Panthers to the playoffs. They're going to win one game. If Christian McCaffrey stays healthy, who knows? Sky's the limit. But, yeah, they're going to win one game in the playoffs. So I got them swimming. I don't see them sinking at all. Only if the coach and Christian McCaffrey go down, that's when they sink.
Oh, okay. I understand where you're coming from.
And their defense is on point.
It is. The Panthers have had a very good defense for the last 3 years, to be honest with you. They've had a defense, but no real offense for the last 3 years. I guess since I did ask whether he was going to sink or swim, I think he's going to swim, but I think it's really going to be more like a float. You feel me? I think he's going to be floating above the surface. I don't necessarily think he's going to have a bad season, but I don't necessarily know if he's going to have a good season. I think they might be good enough to get into the wild card game. I could potentially see them winning the wild card game based off of who they play. I think Baker Mayfield should have a solid season. He probably gonna have something around 28 to maybe 32 touchdowns with about maybe 10 to 11 picks. That's about normal for him. Is like having about 28 to 32 touchdowns with 10 to 12 picks. That's about normal for him. So I can see him having a relatively normal Baker Mayfield season and then potentially getting into the playoffs. But my biggest thing is, will Christian McCaffrey stay healthy this year?
Exactly.
From what I've been hearing, they not going to have him on a pitch count. They not really going to limit his touches. But I have heard that Christian McCaffrey has been on working, trying to avoid contact, getting out of bounds, not necessarily, you feel me, always trying to just run through some of those big hits and just put his body all on the line. Because there was some people who were saying he's kind of like the running back version of Carson Wentz. They play a very dangerous game. like 1 year they can be really good and on top of their game, and the next year they hurt and like costing their team. So
They
like
go Matt Forte, that man.
they very well could. They very well could. But like I said, I think he'll swim, but I think it'll be more like a float. But D boy, let's go ahead and get your thoughts on this. Baker Mayfield gonna sink or swim with the Carolina Panthers.
Y'all said it. Christian McCaffrey, that's the S factor right there. If Christian McCaffrey don't stay healthy, he gonna sink. Cause Robbie Anderson's talented, but man, Christian McCaffrey, in my opinion, he is the Carolina Panthers, or was the Carolina Panthers, and still is. So it all depends, in my opinion, on his health. As Christian McCaffrey goes, the Panthers go. Just like, switching sports, just like how Alonzo Ball went, the Bulls went before he got hurt last year. So it all depends on how Christian McCaffrey, the health of Christian McCaffrey. If he stay healthy, I can see the Panthers winning 10 games because that division is straight trash. So I can see them winning 10 games, 10, 11 games, making them winning that division. And like Marcus said, winning a playoff game, but then they'll probably run into like one of the big boys in the NFC, like Tampa Bay or LA, because really the only team you got to worry about is Tampa Bay. Really. Tampa Bay, that's the only team you really got to worry about. In my opinion,
I would say be on the lookout for the Saints. I think the Saints is gonna be a big sleeper this year. I think I know this about the Panthers, but Jameis Winston showed he wasn't making them same mistakes last year until he got hurt. So I think Jameis is gonna come in and right the ship.
Is Jameis gonna play the way he was playing before he tore his ACL?
I think he will. I think he learned his lesson. He got to sit behind Drew Brees for a year. He got to learn with Sean Payton. I think he's gonna come out and play how he was playing last year before he tore his ACL.
And don't forget, they picked up a stud at wide receiver. Olave.
Oh yeah.
Who?
They picked up Christian Olave. They drafted him. And
Olave,
they picked
I'm
up
sorry.
Jarvis Landry. And they picked up Jarvis Landry.
Yeah. I forgot
and they
got
still
Jarvis
got
Landry.
Kamara, and that defense is still formidable. So I think the Saints are a real sleeper to like surprise some teams and maybe get into the playoffs this year. You go ahead and continue, or were you done?
Nah, I was pretty much done. Yeah, it all depends on Christian McCaffrey. I can see them winning 10, 11 games. I'm not saying they're going to win the division, but I can see them winning 10, 11 games and winning a playoff game and then running into like the Buccaneers or the Rams or somebody and then getting straight smashed in the second round.
Okay, and Chris, how do you feel? Do you think Baker Mayfield is going to sink or swim with the Carolina Panthers?
It's kind of tough for me because I think I'm comparing this Carolina Panthers team to the New York Giants with Saquon Barkley, because to me it's kind of like they got a similar situation. If they go as their running back goes, as soon as Christian McCaffrey gets hurt, I think that team's going to fall. Now, I expect Baker to do some things. I expect him to have some good games. But as far as that team, to me, is questionable with the durability. They got, injuries always seem to derail that team. And I just hope that if they stay healthy, I got them winning maybe 8 games because of their division, the division that they're in. But not as far as Baker Mayfield goes. Like I said, he's got some weapons. It all depends on health. If they stay healthy, they might get into the playoffs, and Baker Mayfield a swim. I don't think he's going to win a playoff game because there are too many other talented quarterbacks for him to win a playoff game. But if that team stays healthy, he should be able to swim, and that's my take.
And last but not least, Mike, what do you think? Do you think Baker Mayfield is going to sink or swim with the Carolina Panthers?
I think it's pretty much what you said. He gonna do a lot of floating. He ain't gonna sink because Baker not no scrub at QB. You know what I'm saying? He get a lot of heat, but he not no scrub. So, I think it's gonna be a lot of, he'll play well, but I don't know how well they'll be. I think they'll have a better season for sure than they did last season. But again, to like y'all point, it's all about injuries with them. You got a lot of skepticals. Baker been hurt. McCaffrey been hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, but if everybody healthy, they can make some noise. I don't know how deep of a playoff run, but they can make some regular season noise.
Yeah. To me, they like another version of the Giants.
You know what? I want to say they're like the Indianapolis Colts with Carson Wentz last year.
Thank you. Thank you. That's kind of how I feel too.
I can see that.
They like the coach from last year with Carson.
It's like Wentz was good, but he wasn't
good enough.
Bad.
That's because he played such like a dangerous game, and like Carson Wentz is like he's so reckless with the football sometimes, and it's like Christian McCaffrey ain't reckless with the football, but he's reckless with his body. So it's like when you that reckless with your body and you know your team needs you, you feel me? Like because didn't the Panthers start off like 4-0 last year or something until Christian McCaffrey got hurt, and then after that it was just all downhill because Sam Darnold showed his true colors, and like we all thought it was Adam Gase, but turns out it was Sam Darnold and not just Adam Gase.
But Sam Darnold was actually having a good first half of the season.
Sam Darnold was balling. He was balling he balled out a couple games. He did.
Like he was on point.
We thought he was.
And then he starts seeing ghosts.
Again.
But they got hit with the injury bug because I think Robbie Anderson missed like 2 games. Christian McCaffrey was down, and he ain't had nobody else.
I'm gonna hit y'all with the Dennis Green. That man is who we thought he was.
You are absolutely right. Because they defense is on point and everything.
And well, I guess that has it for whether Baker Mayfield is gonna sink or swim. I think we all believe he's gonna swim, probably with some floating here and there. You feel me? Just keeping his head and body above the surface. But
sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it.
He's gonna be just fine.
Absolutely. But in other news, Roquan Smith has rescinded his trade request. He has announced that he will be returning to the Bears for this season. He isn't going to sit out. We all knew he wasn't going to sit out, but the question was whether or not he was going to be traded. Some of us felt like he may have been out of there. Others felt like, you feel me? Others felt like he was going to stay. We all wanted him to stay, but the question is not whether or not which is what we thought might happen. I'll go ahead and say I was on record with saying I believe Ryan Poles was going to trade that man. It's obvious now that Ryan Poles ain't going to trade him, but I do feel like that they aren't trying to do justice by him. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there. But one person I know who's been real interested to go ahead and get his thoughts on this topic is D-Boy. So I'm gonna go ahead and let him speak first. D-Boy, go ahead and speak your mind. We all know what you about to say. Go ahead and say it anyway.
Let's hear it.
I'm tired of being right. I'm tired of being right. I told y'all that man wasn't going nowhere.
Preach.
When that man requested that trade, all y'all seen the 5 Heartbeats, right? When he requested that trade, he was Bird and Ryan Poles is Big Red. He told that man, now my office hours are nine to 5. Come on, bro. Stop, bro. Stop it. Then you go in front of the media talking about some, well, I just think, the way they handled the contract they offered, the way they handled the whole situation was distasteful. Bro, what are you talking about, bro? Knock it off. You want them to give you something they don't have right now, bro. Knock it off. Start the play. Do what you gonna do now. Play the season. Ball out. Because all honesty, man, I love Ro. Ro a dog. I'm not saying he overrated. I'm not saying he a bum. All I'm saying is, bro, ball out this year. Give me 130 tackles. Give me about 5 interceptions and 10 sacks. You do that, we'll throw the bag at you, bro. We'll throw the bag at you. Now, Neil, I know you think they still gonna give him a backloaded contract. I don't think so, man. They're gonna pay that man because they had that money. They was gonna throw that bag at either Debo or DK, but now that Debo and DK and signed extensions, man, it's really nobody out there except for the draft. Unless but who's gonna be in the draft, right? So I think they're gonna give that man his $20 million. He's asking what 2025 for 4 or 5 years. I think they're gonna give him his 20. If he stay healthy, he ball out this year, they're gonna give him his $20 million. Now I do expect him to go crazy now because he said he betting on himself. I expect him to go crazy. But like I said, I'm tired of being right. I told y'all that, man. When y'all was ready to jump off that ledge and commit fan suicide, I said, calm down. That man ain't going nowhere. He's still under the contract. And then even when the contract expires, they can tag him for 2 years. Back to back. He ain't going nowhere. Ro gonna be a Bear for the next 10 years. Ro gonna be a Bear. He ain't going nowhere.
Now, see, that is also part of what I mean that they might not do him real justice by franchise tagging him. Because we all know players don't like to play under franchise tenders, and we all know that.
But wait, hold on. There are reports that Rose said he wouldn't mind. It wouldn't be so bad if he got franchised.
Because it's guaranteed money.
He'd be cool. He said he'll be cool with getting franchised 1 year. Now, yeah, you get franchised 2 years in a row. Yeah, I'd be pissed too. But I trust Poles, man. Poles is actually the first Bears GM I have trusted in a long time. I actually trust Poles, man. Every move Poles has made this so far has been on point. He's actually made better moves than AK with the Bulls, and AK has made some good moves, but Poles has been on point, man. Just about all his moves have been calculated. They've been cerebral. They've been on point. Like
that's what happens when you put somebody brown in your office.
My man, power to the people.
And so,
power to the people.
Real quick on that note, not to deviate too much from it, but are we all in agreement that we feel like the McCaskies have finally taken a step back in a very long time?
Oh yeah, this is the first time they actually let somebody run the franchise.
I actually feel like they're doing some things behind closed doors, and then when they come out to the media, they be like, "Oh, damn, I forgot to tell you about that." Because ain't no way in Bears history that this is ever going like this in life. I ain't never seen this out of my whole 39 years of living. The Bears make these good decisions like this.
Right.
McCaskey's about to sell that team. The grandkids have finally convinced Michael McCaskey to sell that team.
Hey,
Or
they doing
the
so
right color.
they make a move so good that I might mess around and put the Bears over the Eagles now.
I don't think they're gonna sell the
That's
team
a cap.
because
I know that's cap.
I don't think
Big cap. I know
I
that's
don't
big cap.
I don't think they're gonna sell the team because remember they are trying to get that. So they trying to do what a lot of other NFL teams have done, what the Packers have done, what the Steelers have done, what the Patriots have done. They're pretty much trying to build up like a town around the stadium to where a lot of that outside money comes back into the team, and that actually helps like a lot of the team, like salary cap and all of that stuff when they get a lot of that outside money because like, you got I forgot what they in Packers they call it Title Town. In New England they call it Patriots Place. We just saw LA build the futuristic stadium. Like that stadium is off the charts down there. And
That
so
is a dope stadium. Can't stand them still, but that's a dope stadium.
Who really wants to go
is,
to Arlington Heights though?
So because they wouldn't be able to get a lot of that money that they trying to get from outside sources in Chicago. We all know that. Like Soldier Field is in like one of the worst spots in Chicago, if you want to be honest.
Driving wise, yes. Parking as well. So I get it.
I hate to say it, but yeah, I think
it's in a very nice location. It's just not suitable for parking, and you pretty much got to take the transportation to get there.
Right. And so part of what they trying to do is make it a little more accessible. Because you got to think about a lot of these other teams, like they got like hotels for the fans all time, like literally like they trying to build like a small town around the stadium to help with money.
We could put the fans in Trump Tower.
Oh boy.
That money's not going to the Bears. That money is going back to
the city. Go there.
Right. But anyway, Marcus, what are your thoughts, man? Like obvious Roquan is staying now and he said he's gonna bet on himself. So how do you think this season for Roquan is about to play out?
I think he's about to go ham.
Yeah, he about to go.
He about to. If he don't turn into Ray Lewis shadow or Urlacher shadow, he about to go ham. He about to prove why he's worth the money, which he should. He's young. He's still young. What, he's 25 now?
Yep.
He's still young, and he has something to prove. Hey, you didn't give me the money, and it's kind of hard because, like I said, you can't go into court without a lawyer. You can't defend yourself, no matter how good or how well you know the system. You can't go in court without a lawyer.
I mean, but the NFL, the NFL kind of made it that way. They kind of did that on purpose.
I know, but you can't win in the system that is not built for you to win. You have to play their game. So go ahead, get you an agent. Just put the name agent on his shirt, just to show face. You making all the decisions, but just put someone out there in front of you, the face of your franchise, should I say. But Roquan about to ball out. He about to be, if not, defensive player of the year.
Hey, I'm sorry, I gotta jump in. I'm gonna do y'all one better. That man we about to see the second coming of LT, boy. That boy he about to hurt some quarterbacks, boy. That boy about to go, boy.
So my question is, have you ever played a sport where you was so upset that something didn't go your way and you couldn't wait to get back on that court or field? How was your performance?
Oh boy, that's when you.
When someone told you,
that's when you play that's when you at your best. That's when you at
right. When someone tell you, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. This person is this person is that, and they just downplaying you. How you gonna come out?
Going
you
crazy.
Put up MVP numbers that game or something, right?
Exactly. So.
Hey, what KG say when he was telling J.R. Ryder about Jordan? Keep killing him. Keep going at him. And what Jordan do? That's what Roquan about to do. He about to show us, all right, keep it up. Yeah, I'm about to show you why I'm betting on myself. Watch.
Hey,
Defensive player of the year. You heard it here first.
And they said they bring him on blitzes this year too. They got some solid blitzes designed.
Yeah, because you got to think, they pull him out the middle. He playing the wheel linebacker, so he playing outside. So he free. Ooh.
I feel sorry for the quarterbacks this year. God bless your soul.
It's one quarterback I don't feel sorry for.
Ron?
Yeah, Ron. He in green. We never feel sorry for quarterbacks in green. Anybody in green. Anybody
I'm sorry, let me call him by his real name. Number 12.
Ron.
If there's one Bears player I will always be grateful for, even though he was not the best for us, I will always be grateful for Shea McClellan when he laid that hit on Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah, he put Aaron Rodgers out. That was his claim to fame in Chicago. That was his only claim to fame because he was trash.
Give that man his flowers today.
Shea McClellan put the boom on that man that year.
Hey, he put that man out for like 8 games.
Because that was a Monday night game, wasn't it?
Yep. Yes, sir.
That was a Monday night game. It was in Green Bay. He lowered the boom. Oh my God, man!
You know the Bears go crazy on Monday.
If I'm not mistaken, that was the last time we beat them.
Up there, yep. I think it was. That was the last time we went up there and beat them.
Yeah, that was the last time we beat them.
If you ever want to see the Bears play really good football, put them on a Monday night game.
I feel you. But there was somebody else who had the same thoughts as D-Boy. He pretty much said the same thing. Roquan's gonna stay, and that he should bet on himself and see where it goes from here. And that person is Mike. So, Mike, I want to go ahead and get your thoughts on the whole situation, man. How are you feeling about it? Is he here? He gone? Well, he ain't here right now. We don't know where yet. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Chris real quick. Chris, how do you feel about the Roquan situation, about the fact that he said he's taking his trade request off the table, he's going to play this season and bet on himself?
First of all, I want to thank Virginia McCaskey and the McCaskies for putting a brown person in their office, allowing a brown person to run and make their decisions. And I want to thank Ryan Pohl for coming in there with a sack of, how Vince McMahon said, grapefruits. Let Roquan say what he needs to say. Let him talk all that trash. I want to be traded. Woo, let him say it. But having the grapefruits to be like, you're not fired. You're not going anywhere. You're going to stay right here. And when we feel like talking back to you, you ball out, we'll give you some money. I love it. Now, I don't like the fact that his contract was backloaded, but I like the fact that we got a general manager that's competent, that holds his ground, that ain't letting the inmates run the asylum. And he's given Roquan space to prove he's worth it. Like, he's coming into a new situation, a new head coach, new general manager. They got to see you ball before they pay you. I know what you did in the past, but you got to do something for me. I got to see if you work in my system. I got to see if you can play the wheel because you're not playing in the middle anymore. And I got to see it. And I'm happy he's staying. And like D-Boy said, just ball out. You ain't got no excuses. Now, I'm not mad on him for voting on himself. I'm not mad at him, but I do agree with Marcus. Like, maybe you need to get some better representation. Get somebody to represent, somebody you trust. Like Marcus, you make all the decisions. Just have them put an agent or something on the shirt. Get certified by the NFL. Somebody you can control because going to negotiation, people just look at you funny like this. You don't know nothing. Yeah, who are you? We're not. So get you an agent and just have a good season. I'm glad he kept his head down. And the general and management ain't said. They let him say what he wanted to say. I like that too. They let him get it out, get it off your chest.
They let him vent.
Get it off your chest, vent. But you still stand here. Now I just hope that and Posner made the moves to have money next year, so I think they're gonna pay him. He just got to ball out, and so I expect great things from that man this year, and that's my take.
And last but not least, Mike, let's go ahead and get your thoughts on that. I tried to go to you before Chris, but I think you stepped away for a second. Let's go ahead and get your thoughts on this, man, because you shared the same sentiments as D-Boy. He's not going nowhere. He's gonna bet on himself. He's gonna go ahead and play this year. So let's go ahead and get your thoughts on this.
Yeah, trying to adjust the camera, you know how that goes. But yeah, so yeah, you basically like D-Boy said, man. You know what I'm saying? He was doing all that whining and crying. You know what I'm saying? For no reason. No reason. Go out there, play this season. Like I told y'all before, go out there, play this season, get us them sacks, get them QB hits, get your money at the end of the season. Y'all, you know, you think they gonna offload them, they ain't gonna do them right, whatever, but they ain't got no reason to do them right, to not do them right if he come out and ball out this year. So, you know what I'm saying? He grew up. You know what I'm saying? He realized, hey, you know what I'm saying? This ain't the time for that. Let me get out here and show what I'm doing. And I'm looking forward to it. I already knew they wasn't going to trade him. You're not going to trade that man. So maybe they'll try to tag him and trade him next season if they do him bogus, like you saying. But nah, it's not going to happen. He there. He going to come ball out. And then they going to pay that man. It's going to be all biscuits and gravy, man. We going to eat. I'm telling you.
Facts. Thank you, Virginia McCaskey, for hiring a competent general manager and one with some grapefruit.
So I don't think what I said was necessarily out of reason, because Ryan Poles has said it already. When he got the job, he said he wasn't gonna be afraid to ship anybody out and do what he had to do. You feel me? So if he really felt like he would have had to get Roquan up out of there, Ryan Poles would have found the trade and he would have gone ahead and pulled that trigger. But
now that's true, but you missed when he said he came out, but he never wanted to trade Roquan in the first place. He wanted Roquan.
Yeah. Right.
He said he don't want to trade.
He wasn't trying to get rid of Roquan.
And I didn't miss that point. I know he said he wanted to keep Roquan. But sometimes we all know, for as much as a GM or a coach might want to keep somebody, they going to do what they feel like might be best for their team, even if sometimes that means trading somebody, because you never know. Had Roquan not necessarily changed his mind and this continued throughout the season, and it became like a detriment to the team, and like things started to go downhill, I could have seen that coming, but it went the other way.
The only reason I didn't see that coming because I kind of figured once Roquan started losing money, because they took him off the pup list. You ain't making that money. You ain't gonna sit over there and be broke. You ain't gonna sit over there and be broke and not get paid. So,
right. And so while we talking about the Bears, that brings me to my next point, because there are a lot of people who think that Justin Fields is going to have a better second year, but there are also people who are saying that that man down there in San Francisco, Trey Lance, is potentially going to walk away and steal MVP. And me personally, I don't think that's going to happen, but who do y'all think? Hey, if y'all pay attention to the reports, and like if y'all pay attention to some of these reports, and like with the way the people have been betting this money, there's been a lot of bets placed on Trey Lance to win MVP this year. Go look at the Vegas sportsbook. People have been placing bets like crazy, and it's not just in San Francisco. These people have been betting serious money that Trey Lance is going to walk away with MVP. I don't feel like that's going to happen, but there's a big possibility. There are a lot of people saying that could happen. But anyway, who do y'all think is going to have the better sophomore year? Is it going to be Trey Lance, Justin Fields, or Trevor Lawrence? Let's go ahead and start with you, Mike.
From a team perspective, man, you almost got to go Trey Lance. Trey Lance, the only person, who team kind of got it all. Not to say all figured out, but for the most part, all figured out. Jacksonville got a long way to go, and Chicago got a long way to go. So their quarterback's probably gonna struggle. You know what I'm saying? Even if they have a good year, somewhere along the lines, the rest of the team gonna struggle, and it's gonna cause somewhere for that quarterback to struggle. So, I think as far as potential, he got the most potential because his team the most complete. But I'm hoping Justin Fields come and do what he do. You feel me? And make it happen. The Bears they not too far behind. So, we got a decent defense. They trying to put some receivers together. We're gonna see what our tight end do, and we're gonna see how this O-line come out. And hopefully, but I will say Trey Lance got the most potential though to have the best season because their team is the most complete out of the three.
Mm-hmm. When you got Killer and Debo, you good.
Man, they got Killer, Debo, Moistert.
No, they don't have Mostert no more. Mostert is in Miami.
Mostert's in Miami, Chris. Yeah.
I'm about to say they running back is Elijah Mitchell.
Elijah, yes. That's why I meant. That's what I meant. Yeah.
It don't matter who. To be honest, it don't matter who back there because that running scheme is just crazy.
It is. So me personally, if you ask me from a personal perspective and like just personal growth and from like the way their team's season went last year, I think Justin Fields is going to have the better sophomore year. Now, I don't think that's going to result in better team production, but I think like from a personal standpoint in terms of numbers, his mechanics have gotten a lot better. I think Justin Fields is going. I in my opinion, I think it's going to go Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance based on personal perspectives. But if we going based off team wise, like Mike said, I think Trey Lance may have the better sophomore year team wise because they are a more complete team. They got the offensive line, they got the defense, they got the requisite weapons around him. So I feel like from a team perspective, Trey Lance will probably have the better sophomore year. But I think from like just a personal growth standpoint and the way the Chicago season ended last year and Jacksonville season went last year, I think those two quarterbacks have the most. Like I think they'll have better personal seasons, but not team seasons. And I think Trey Lance will have the better team season. But I don't know if it because they actually got to experience way more real game time and more like just NFL play overall than Trey Lance last year, which I think gives them that advantage. Trey Lance came in for like a snap here, a snap there, and I think he maybe played one full game, and that was about it. So, like, I think Trey Lance will have a lot more.
Nah, he played a couple full games last season.
He did. I thought he. I remember. Okay. So I remember him playing like a snap here, snap there, and then they pretty much sat him the rest of the season because they said he had a broken thumb. So
yeah, but remember he had to come in towards the end of the season though.
Right. You're right. That did happen. That did happen. But I still feel like he'll have the most. At least, like I feel like he'll have the most. He's gonna have to work a little bit more because this year now he's actually going to be getting like he's actually going to start as long as he's healthy all 17 games. He's gonna play against all defenses, and they are going to be scheming for him this year. Like it ain't gonna be like I get it. You feel me? Like he still got a lot of raw talent and a lot of raw upside, but. Like I said, I think from a personal perspective, Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence, they'll have the better personal seasons, but I think Trey Lance will have the better team season. But let's go ahead and get your thoughts on this, Marcus. What do you think?
I think you just need to focus on hoping Trevor Lawrence don't lead the league in picks.
That's not going real quick. That's not going to happen this year because of his coach. They got Doug Peterson. They got an actual quarterback coach. They have a competent coach, and they got weapons around him. They brought back Marvin Jones Jr. They signed Christian Kirk. They still got James. They still got their 1,000-yard rusher in the backfield and James Robinson, and they started to
Christian Kirk.
and they starting to rebuild that defense again now that they had a few years ago. They starting to get back to that. So that ain't nowhere near gonna happen. And if you've been watching him in the preseason, he been looking like Trevor Lawrence from Clemson, not Trevor Lawrence first year in Jacksonville.
Them starting DBs ain't there to get him yet. So calm down.
Trevor Lawrence hasn't caught up with the game yet, the pace of the game yet. Trey Lance, how can you not succeed when you're not throwing the ball beyond 25 yards? Just like, I mean, that's how the scheme is built in San Francisco. You could put Rick Grossman back there, and he'll have a great season.
No.
You tripping.
No.
Look at their schemes.
He's not mobile enough.
I mean, even if he wasn't mobile, shit, Garoppolo wasn't that mobile.
Garoppolo.
You know what made them so great? They running schemes because that RPO, even though Garoppolo couldn't move like that, it's just the fact that how the angles they took on those plays. That's how you got Debo to, run the ball like he was a running back or not Kelsey. Kittle open on a one-on-one mismatch. That's how their scheme is. It's built for quarterbacks who really ain't got it. I could go back there and be MVP, fucking around with San Francisco. But my man Fields got something to prove. They go let him throw the ball down the field. Who's going to have a better percentage? Of course, Lance, because of the way his offense is going to be set up. Who's going to take more chances? Fields. Because they got Fields, playing his game. He wants to throw the ball downfield.
Not just that, real quick. We all saw this last year. Matt Nagy, for whatever reason, did not want to move the pocket. Luke Getsy is moving the pocket. They got him doing those play action roll. I think I heard a stat somewhere. I saw it somewhere. Matt Nagy only moved the pocket 15 times last year for Justin Fields. So majority of the time, he had that man standing in the pocket,
taking
unnecessary hits with no O-line and not trying to protect his quarterback. And Mitchell Trubisky kind of came out and said it as well because he had the 1 year where he was moving the pocket with Mitchell Trubisky. We went 12-4, made the playoffs, lost unfortunately, and then after that he had Mitch back standing in the pocket again, just taking hits and doing stuff that didn't suit his game. Like Mitch said, they had him playing. Matt Nagy wanted his quarterbacks to play the coach's game and not their game. And that's not going to happen this year with Justin Fields.
Exactly. So I want Justin Fields to have he's going to have a better season than Lance. It's just the fact you're not going to notice it because of the way San Francisco runs their offense. And it's going to make Lance look like he's the better quarterback, where he's really not. Because you're going to look at, okay, well, he has a higher percentage rate. He has from scrimmage to 25 yards down the field, maybe 30 yards. But when it comes to true athleticism and taking chances and making real NFL plays, I got Fields. It's not going to look like it on paper, but when you look at it on video, you go see Fields is going to have a better year. Tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, then let me know why.
Nope. like I completely agree. You heard what I said. I said Justin Fields will probably have the better personal season, but Trey Lance will have a better team success.
Right.
But
And I'm gonna take a hit on this one. When my man's Kaepernick was behind center, he really, I mean, yeah, he looked good on paper and the way he looked, but it was the same type of RPO offense that made him look great. It's just the offensive scheme that made him look really great. Would he do that on another team that year? No. If you would have put him with Green Bay or even with New England, you wouldn't see the same Kaepernick that you saw in San Francisco. I can guarantee that.
I believe that as well. I believe that.
And I know it's going to be a lot of fans out there that's going to be like, oh, this nigga tripping. But that's the truth. Go back and look at the tapes.
That's fact.
But let's go ahead and get to you, Chris. Who do you think is going to have the better sophomore season? Trey Lance, Justin Fields, or Trevor Lawrence?
I just know it's not going to be Trevor Lawrence. but I agree with the rest of the panel. Like, Trey Lance is just set up to be great because we all see the San Francisco offense. We all see how it operates. They got the weapons. They got the tools. They got the linemen that eat a lot of steak that like to just push people out the way for the running game. So, we already know Trey Lance, like Marcus said, is going to look better. But as far as progression and development, I think it is going to be Justin Fields because, he's got better coaching. He's got better mechanics. He's looking like he's learning to read a defense now because before he couldn't read a defense. So you see him being coached. Now,
that wasn't his fault.
And he doesn't have the weaponry of Trey Lance. So Trey Lance is going to have the advantage there because right now Justin Fields only has Darnell Mooney, David Montgomery, and Cole Kmet because all our other receivers are.
No, not really, because they gave him the fastest receivers in the NFL for a reason.
But they hurt. We ain't got none available. I don't know. I don't remember which one of our receivers are still available right now. I think like 8 of them hurt. Like every other receiver is hurt. So I think right now we got Mooney. We got some dude named Moore, I think.
We still got
Mooney.
We still got Mooney.
And the dude from Green Bay, I can't say his name. St. Brown, brother.
Hey, that's who you all need to pay attention to.
And what the fuck is his Inquirmius?
Equanimous is St. Brown.
Yeah, him.
That's who y'all need to pay attention to.
Right. And so Darnell Mooney is healthy. Velus Jones is back. He was only out for like that one preseason game. Velus Jones is back. We still got St. Brown. We still got Pringle. And I believe the other receiver you were talking about is David Moore.
Yeah, David Moore. I knew his name was Moore. I could think but once we get healthy, because like I said, I like the fact that we got Luke Gessley. They're going to move the pocket. And you're going to see some athletic Justin Fields. You ain't going to see him just dropping back and running for his life. It's going to actually be some rollouts, some play action, some competent plays. And I think low-key, we might have us the second coming of Devin Hester and Velus Jones. Because that boy can run. That boy can run and he can return kicks. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be Justin Fields. But I think Trey Lance gonna ball out, but number wise, it's gonna look like Marcus said. It's gonna look like Trey Lance better, but overall game, I think it's gonna be Justin Fields, like the rest of the time.
And last but not least, D-Boy, who do you think is gonna have the better sophomore season of the three? Lance, Fields, or Lawrence?
I know y'all gonna call me crazy for this. I just want to say one thing before I give my take. David Moore blew his knee out. So he's done for the year. Yeah, he blew his knee out. Yeah. So he's done for the year. Now, Quantamia St. Brown, I followed that kid a little bit at Notre Dame. He can ball. He really didn't get a chance to shine because he was behind arguably the greatest receiver in the NFL today. He was playing behind Devontae Adams. And then, when you playing behind Devontae Adams, you really and then Randall Cobb, you really not gonna get a chance to shine like that.
It wasn't. It was just Devontae Adams he was playing behind. He was playing behind Adams, Cobbs, Lazard,
Valdez-Scantling,
and Valdez
Scantling, right? All them, right? All them guys.
So he gotta be great. He gotta be great, right?
He not terrible. No, he's not terrible.
And he big.
No, he about 6'4", 6'5". He a big body receiver.
But the one thing we do know about Packers, and when it comes to their receivers, they don't play young receivers for real. They really don't.
They receivers.
They got to this year.
They don't play. Wait, say that again.
They don't really play their young receivers. They don't really. Yeah, no.
They got to this year though.
That's what I was saying. They got to this year.
You got an all-rounder Cobb and then all young receivers.
You brought up another good point, D-Boy, I want to touch on too. All the receivers we got run like 4.2, 4.3.
Yep.
They went and got a whole bunch of 4.2.
And because they're not big names, everybody says
So you say do it like Madden, just go deep.
Yeah. They might not have hands, but they can run. So they can just go deep. Just go deep. All y'all run fast. Hopefully one of y'all catch the ball.
Straight 9 routes. 9 routes all game. 9 routes.
A slants and 9 routes. Slants and 9 routes.
All day. He can go. Run.
Slants 9 routes and skinny post. All game.
Yep. All day long.
All you gonna see.
All day long.
Just throw the bitch
and then on top of that, they talk about Jimmy Ward might not play that game. They talking about Jimmy Ward might not play. So if he gonna be out, that's gonna be a big blow to they secondary because they already don't have what's buddy name that blew his knee out last year, had that real bad knee injury week 1. He was supposed to be like they number 1 corner or something, but he got hurt.
On Green Bay?
No, San Francisco.
They number 1 corner. Oh.
It was week 1 when they played Detroit. He blew his knee out.
I know what you're talking about too.
I thought they still had Sherman last year.
No, Sherman went to Tampa.
Sherman went to Tampa.
He did. He went to Tampa last year. He sure did. He played in Tampa. Who? I don't remember they secondary.
No, he was a young. He's not young, but he was.
Think of his name. He's supposed to be their number 1 corner. He was supposed to be a beast. He was a beast too. I can't think of his name, man.
God damn it! All right, we gonna skip over that. We'll get back to that.
Yeah, we'll get back to that. So let me give my take. The fans may say I'm capping, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be Justin Fields. I'm not sold on Trey Lance, man. I gotta see Trey Lance play. I gotta see him play a competent defense. And week 1, he's gonna play a competent defense. Now,
but that's not Cisco's scheme, D-boy. That scheme gonna make him like Mike Shanahan can draw. We've seen it, bro. It don't matter who, like Marcus said, it don't matter.
But
we can go back there and play quarterback.
Here's the thing, Chris. I'm not sold on Kyle Shanahan either because he cost the 49ers a trip to the Super Bowl with that dumbass play calling.
But how far did he get every year?
Yeah, but not to mention, he is the reason why San Francisco does not have a ring now because your dumbass, instead of running the ball with Mostert, your dumbass put the ball in Jimmy Garoppolo's hands, and look what happened. I'm not sold on Trey Lance.
Hey, he put a Pete Carroll.
He did. Hey, but okay, I give you that. Hey, we can't. But he make quarterbacks look. He can make you look good, though. He can make you look good if you play quarterback.
I don't care. Okay, yeah, I want you to make my quarterback look good, but I also want you to not cost us big games.
But actually, if you think about the 49ers, you don't think about pass at all. You think all about running.
You don't think about pass. You think about running.
Kyle Shanahan is the Billy Donovan of the NFL.
No, I can't say that.
Why can't you let that man be great?
Billy Donovan ain't never got that far to play.
Why can't you let Billy D be great?
Man, what you mean? What you mean? Billy Donovan has definitely been to the Western Conference Finals and at least the second round numerous of times.
And lost a 3-1 lead with prime KD and prime Westbrook.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
That's another topic for another show. Anyway,
that's another.
I lost a lot of money that year.
Then losing to Golden State, that was horrible. We ain't gonna even go there.
Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way.
Had Mike's team on the ropes, baby, ready to KO him. Couldn't do it. I know Mike was going crazy.
If I remember correctly, they had the Warriors down by 20-some points that game.
And had that clincher.
Not game 7. Not game 7. It wasn't game 7 they had them down by 20. It was game 6. I remember that.
5.
Yeah.
No, they had them down twice.
No. It wasn't game 5. It was game 6 when they came back and Steph Curry went off in the fourth quarter after they was down 20 to start like the second half. Steph Curry went off in the fourth quarter and beat them at game 6 and went absolutely like
man,
I knew right
the most ham
there,
I ever seen Steph go. The most ham I ever seen him go.
I knew right then and there when they didn't win game 6, they was losing game 7 because they let them get game 6.
They choked game 5 and game 6.
But to be honest, I put a little bit of, I'm not gonna lie, real quick, they could have won game 7, but I put that on Kevin Durant. Everybody knows Andre Roberson cannot shoot, and you kept passing the ball to Andre Roberson for what? Why?
He did that on purpose. He sabotaged the game.
Pass it to him. Coach said pass it. Coach said pass it.
So you telling me he did a Cal Ridley?
Yeah, he did.
Cal Ridley.
Yeah, he gonna pass the ball.
Look what happened. Look what happened.
Best on ball defender.
Look what happened that summer. Where did he go?
That's horrible. You know, that's a conspiracy theory that might work.
But when it comes to other coaches and messing up situations and things, let's talk about how UFC president Dana White said he had pretty much secured Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski to come play for the Las Vegas Raiders in 2020, and John Gruden blew up the Dez Bryant X and said, nope, I'm good. Like, I've been trying to wrap my head around that since I've heard it. I don't understand why John Gruden decided, like, don't get me wrong, I like Derek Carr. I would take Derek Carr over a lot of quarterbacks in the league. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
It's a bunch of quarterbacks I would take Derek Carr over. But to say no to Tom Brady and Rob Grunt, like just think about it. So just think about it. You still could have had Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, Henry Ruggs at the time. Yeah, you would have had Henry Ruggs at the time. And then you could have brought in Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski to add to that offense.
And not to mention, you would have had Devontae Adams this year.
Josh Jacobs, Sammy Watkins. Didn't they have Sammy?
No.
Not Sammy. That other receiver. What's the other receiver? They had another receiver. I can't think of his name. But
no, it was just Renfrow and Ruggs.
It was Renfrow, Ruggs, Darren
unless you're talking
Waller,
about Edwards.
And Zay Jones.
Braylon Edwards. Braylon. Didn't they have Braylon Edwards? Yeah, they had Braylon Edwards.
No. I don't think Braylon Edwards was part of the team. But they did have Zay Jones.
He wasn't part of the team then.
But
I think this is his second.
But they did have Zay Jones and Nelson Aguilar. And to be honest,
hey, don't you ever? I don't ever claim that guy.
I won't lie. Nelson Aguilar actually revived his career that season with the Raiders. He was actually making some incredible plays.
When?
That
occasional hands Aguilar. He did not redeem himself with the Raiders. He was who we thought he was. He dropped a lot of crucial fucking passes with the Raiders.
Hey,
and that's why they traded his ass.
But he also made some crucial catches that year too. Remember, I think he had that 45-yard catch that put them in range for that put them in range for field goal. One of them.
Yes, okay, I give you that. And he did the same thing with the Eagles.
Made a lot of crucial catches that year in 2020.
Okay, and he did the same thing with the Eagles. He made some good catches, but when it came down to it, what'd he do?
I'm just trying to get my head around the fact that John Gruden said no to Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. Let's go ahead and start with you, Chris. Why do you think John Gruden said no to Tom Brady and Gronk when he could have had them as a package deal? Everybody knows that in 2020, no matter where Tom Brady went, Rob Gronkowski was coming with him that year. So whether it had been Miami, San Francisco, Tampa Bay, or the Raiders, Rob Gronkowski and Tom Brady were a package deal that year.
What happened was all the people in the Raiders organization, first of all, they gave John Gruden $100 million to be a coach. The most highest paid coach I ever seen. And what happened was John Gruden, he came out here to Vegas. He went to a dispensary. And he probably went on the corner and he got some of that good nose candy. And when they don't to him, he was on the candy at the time, and it paired his thinking. He was not thinking, because even me, I am the biggest Chicago Bears fan. I love the Bears. But if you and I hate Tom Brady. Let me go on the record. I've never liked Tom Brady since he beat my Rams. Since he beat the greatest show on turf, I've hated Tom Brady. But, if you would have told me that, Chris, we're going to give you, Dana White just gave you access to Tom Brady and Gronk, how can you say no? How can you say no to two of the greatest to ever play? It's only one tight end I think might have been better than Gronk, and that was Tony Gonzalez. And he played eons ago. To say no, John Gruden had the good nose candy. He had some good drinks. He was having too much fun out here in Las Vegas. Like B-Boy, he was doing the lines. He was doing the line. He was doing the line. And I want to thank Dana. I don't know how Dana White pulled that off, but ain't no way in hell. That's why the Raiders will never win. That's why they'll never win, because they do stuff like that. They do stuff like that, like have goats, have access to the goats. The goats. Who's better than Rob? Who got more rings than Tom? Nobody. And they won the Super Bowl that year. So you just cost yourself and your whole Las Vegas. Can you imagine if Las Vegas got them and won the Super Bowl? The city that never sleeps. They'll still be partying right now. But thanks to Gruden doing the nose candy and having too much fun, that's just how I feel. He had it had to be something other than it had to be something impairing his mind, because I don't think none of us on here, if it was our favorite team, to get, whether we hated him or not, Tom Brady. I just said I hated Tom. And Gronk, both of them,
a package deal. Everybody knew that no matter where Tom Brady went in 2020, him and Gronkowski were a package deal. Like I said, whether he had stayed in New England, whether he went down to Miami, whether he went home to San Francisco because he's a California kid, or whether or not it was the Raiders or Tampa Bay. Everybody knew that Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski were a package deal.
It makes it worse that the UFC dude hand wrapped Las Vegas a Super Bowl, and the head coach was just like, "No, I don't want it. I don't want Super Bowl." That's why you're fired now, and that's my take. That's why he's fired now.
He said, "I want Derek Carr. I want a future."
Bro. Derek Carr and Tom Brady don't even go in the same sentence, bro. You don't even put.
You don't. They
Derek
don't.
Carr, Tom Brady, come on, man. Like
I mean,
Tom Brady way up here, Derek Carr somewhere down there, Battlefield or something. Like,
like Carnell said. I'm sorry, I gotta rebut. I gotta add on. Like
go
Carnell
ahead.
said, is going to be the greatest, in my opinion, is going to be the greatest quarterback of this generation to never win a Super Bowl.
Sorry.
Or I shouldn't say the greatest quarterback, one of the greats to not win the Super Bowl. I take that back. Not the greatest. One of the greats to not win the Super Bowl.
Well, in terms of quarterbacks that have hit the league since I think he came in 2013, 2014. In terms of quarterbacks that have come into the league since then, the only quarterback that have come into the league since that time that has won a Super Bowl how they should have was really only Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes, yep.
Deshaun Watson ain't got one yet.
Nope. He's not gonna get one.
Josh Allen don't.
Josh Allen ain't got one
he's not
yet.
getting the Super Bowl.
Baker Mayfield don't.
Exactly.
Okay, now I was saying Derek Carr is better than those guys y'all naming? Because I don't know.
Lamar.
He's not.
If you look at the statistics, man.
He's not better than them, but if you ask me, he's right up there. To be honest,
he's in the conversation.
Yeah,
he's in the conversation.
I feel like, okay.
But D boy, I was already gonna go to you next after Chris anyway. So you can go ahead.
Get it in, D boy.
Okay. So this man had the Super Bowl gift wrapped, and he says no. That's like a man saying no to a threesome. Like what? What?
That's hilarious.
It's like a man.
What are you doing? Like,
wow.
If I was Al Davis' son, I would have fired him right then and there. Like, dude, just go. Bye. Here, take your $100 million and beat it. Bye. Matter of fact, no, you don't even get no money. I'm voiding that contract.
Right, you ain't even qualified for your job no more. You said no to Tom Brady. You ain't even qualified to coach no more. You can't even coach.
Hey, Carnell, you missed it. You know what I said? That was him saying no was like. What? You know what I said? It's like a man saying no to a threesome. Like what are you what are you doing? Like what? Yeah, like Chris said, this was what John Gruden was doing right here. No, I don't want him. Nope. I don't want him. And that's my take. He just,
and then it's a UFC dude who went and got him for you for his city. For like, bro, I'm finna bring you Tom and Gronk. We finna do something in Las Vegas, and this dude says no. Who? Like, I wish somebody in Chicago would be like, hey, we show Tom. I don't even like Tom, but I'd be like, damn. Well, Tom's my quarterback. Man,
well, I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna go that far because the Bears did do something like that. I'm not gonna go get Watson. I'm not gonna get Patrick Mahomes. I'm gonna go with
competent Chicago coaches.
Exactly.
You're right. Y'all right.
Exactly.
Marcus, this is why they did that. This is why they did that, and the McCassies was still running the team. They still had a stronghold on the team. Now that they didn't let their grandkids toss some sense into them family, they taking a step back and letting somebody who actually know what they doing run the team.
Exactly, and so I want to go ahead and get the thoughts of the other person who lives out here in Vegas, Mike. Man, how would you have felt if the Raiders had John Gruden not said no to Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski? How like just imagine if Vegas would have been able to get Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. Like what What are your thoughts on this?
They would have been nice. They would have been nice. Honestly, I think that was before my man's had the accident and ruined his career. So I think he was still on the team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yup.
If he had Tom Brady, he wouldn't even been drunk.
Exactly. So I ain't gonna cap. I mean, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that was the first year in the new stadium too.
Yup.
That was Super Bowl. That was the Rams. That was the Rams before the Rams. You feel me? That was what the Rams just did before the Rams. So I mean, that's what it was. That's what it could have been. And he ain't see that. And the only thing I can say to that point is we was all, well, I ain't gonna say we all was, but a lot of people was skeptical of Brady at that time, just from the standpoint of, one, he was leaving the team he been with forever and the coach, and two, he old, so you ain't know what you was still gonna get out of him. So that's the only like thing I could like look at, you know what I'm saying, in terms of like, you know, a lot of people are skeptical. But if you was that skeptical to go that far and have the deal basically done and then back out at the last minute, I mean,
that's correct.
And that's the, you know, there's nothing I can say for that, you know. So I don't know. I mean, that skepticism just cost you a Super Bowl. So, you know, I hope
right, because the man turned around right after that and won it in Tampa. Just got there and just turned around and won it. Just won the Super Bowl like it was nothing.
Left New England, went to Tampa, and won, and immediately won the Super Bowl. And not only did he win the Super Bowl, he put a hurting on the guy they saying, everybody was saying was about to take his throne. Put a hurting on that boy.
30-10.
Put a hurting on that boy. Beat that boy like he would beat that boy like a stepchild.
That was the first time in a long time I've actually seen Tyrann Mathieu get embarrassed out there. Like I won't lie. That was the first time in a long time
that's
I
my
seen
boy,
anybody.
Got abused.
That was the first time in a long time I've ever seen anybody pick on Tyrann Mathieu like that since he got into the league.
Poor Honey Badger.
Man, and the Honey Badger is my dude because he went to LSU. But man, like Honey Badger, everybody would fear Honey Badger. Not Brady though. Brady, boy, treated that man like a nappy-headed stepchild, abused him.
And matter of fact, the Raiders defense had just started getting good that year. They had Josh Jacobs in the backfield. Like wow.
Do you know what Brady could have did with? No, not even Josh Jacobs. Do you know what Brady would have did with Henry Ruggs? Like he would have had that man.
And then Hunter Renfrow is pretty much a faster version of Julian Edelman. So he would have had Henry Ruggs, a faster Julian Edelman, and he still would have had a 2 tight end system with Gronkowski and Darren Waller. Like
Josh Jacobs is your running back.
I wanna play devil's advocate here.
I was about to go to you next anyway, Marcus. You the last person I gotta get to. So let's go ahead and get your thoughts anyway.
Let me say this. It would have been the second coming of Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, and Aaron Hernandez, because he would have had Waller and Gronk.
All right. And to that point, I want to say this. Oh, and that was Emmanuel Mosley was talking about for the San Francisco cornerback that got hurt.
No. It wasn't Mosley. It was Jason Verrett.
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. So I want to play devil's advocate here. Maybe he was looking at the fact that I got an up-and-coming Brady and an up-and-coming Gronkowski and Darren Waller and Derek Carr. I believe because that was Waller's first year, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't his first year in the league, but I think that might have been his. I don't think that was his first year in the league, but I think that was his first year on the Raiders, though.
But if I was the coach at that time, I would be looking at my team like, okay, do we not believe in this quarterback? The quarterback that I got now, am I not going to instill confidence in him like I want to?
But that was the whole conversation back in 2020 though with John Gruden. From the moment John Gruden had stepped foot on the Raiders organization, he was skeptical of Derek Carr. All he did was call out Derek Carr and pretty much say he doesn't really believe in him like that from the moment
But maybe he said that because he was trying to pull something up out of him that he sees in him. You thought about that? It's reverse psychology.
That's a good devil's advocate.
Because Carr did play better
at the same time. But wait, at the same time.
And but you got to think about, he had the pieces around him. Yeah, he had the great receiving core. So he was probably already thinking, okay, we ain't never seen Brady with another team. He, we all was thinking, he ain't nothing without Bill Belichick. So I'm not going to take that chance of what I see developing with my team that I have already, with my receivers and my quarterback coordination.
Okay.
I'm going to take a chance on my team. I'm going to take a chance on my team. But that's like getting Michael Jordan after he retired, after he leaves the Bulls. That's like, Jordan, I think he passed his prime. I'm going to stick with Kobe.
Let me ask you this, cuz you was getting Tom Brady at not Tom Brady price. You got him at a cheaper rate. So you wouldn't have took Tom at that cheap rate at the time? Because it wasn't like they threw the bag at Tom. Tom didn't get the bag.
Would you take a Allen Iverson, a young Allen Iverson, or would you take a old retiring Jordan?
I'll try to swindle both if I can. But if I had to pick,
no, if you had one choice, like one choice? Only had,
I can only get one. It ain't no way I can get both.
You can't get both. You either take Jordan or you take young Iverson. You know what young Iverson was about in Georgetown.
I feel you. I think I might still.
Because you're like, I can go with Jordan, all day. I take Jordan and Pippen all day.
To me personally, it would come down to Mike. What Jordan gave me the year before, how his game was looking, So
now you take Tom Brady, right?
I see what I get you.
Tom Brady ain't the same Tom Brady because you're taking a gamble. Now you're like, damn, and now Iverson blowing up. How you gonna feel about yourself? But so at that time, he was probably thinking, man, I got a great young talent here. I don't want to waste it on someone that I know is good, but I've never seen him in another system.
When he was bringing us, he brought Gronk. You got him and Gronk.
You can bring Gronk all day, but they both old at that time. They're both leaving a system, a Bill Belichick system. As you see when Tom Brady went down,
saying no to a threesome.
And right.
You saw when Tom Brady went down, the fucking Matt Castle was having a fucking hell of a season. And when he went to the Chiefs after that?
The Chiefs.
He did all right, but he wasn't Tom Brady-ish. So now you got Tom Brady leaving that system where every other quarterback succeeded in that system, even though Tom Brady wasn't in that, with a messed up leg. It's like, I don't know. Do I stick with my core my young guys, or do I go with the?
If I'm trying to go to the playoffs, you know what? I'm gonna take the old dudes because Gronk just helped me see the point. I'm gonna take the old dudes because Gronk didn't do nothing that season. He had a few catches. He couldn't stay on the field, but guess when Gronk showed up? Guess when Gronk had his best game? The Super Bowl.
But don't act like Tom Brady didn't have other factors that played in that Super Bowl. Like he didn't have Mike Evans. Like he didn't have Godwin. Like he didn't have the number one defense.
You remember cause Devin kept saying it, playoff Gronk. Gronk just came alive in the playoffs. Gronk didn't do shit.
Yes, that's playoff Gronk. But yet you still had Evans and Godwin you had to fucking play defense on. They gave Gronk the fucking playoff.
And they still would have had to play defense on Hunter Renfrow and Henry Ruggs.
But they didn't really have the defense that Tampa Bay had, did they?
Not quite to the level that Tampa Bay had, but that defense was getting to the quarterback though.
But in that time
it wasn't
frame,
there yet. It wasn't there yet.
In that time frame, was you thinking that Tom Brady was still going to be the same Tom Brady out of a different system?
I was, but that's just me.
That's because you're a Tom Brady fan.
Nah. I knew Brady was going to go wherever he went. I knew he was going to do well.
He was going to do well, but was he going to be great like he used to be?
I knew he was going to do well.
Because you want to know why? When you got a quarterback like
But
Brady,
it's like, look at Joe Montana.
The system.
Joe Montana left San Francisco. Did you think Joe Montana was going to be the same Joe Montana in Kansas City?
I was actually quite surprised. Joe was a disappointment. I actually expected Joe to go and get one Super Bowl.
Exactly. So all these quarterbacks that used to stay with their teams all their career and then move on, you think they're going to be the same person, but they're not. So now you got to look at the odds. Is Tom Brady fit in that category? Yes. He's been with the team 16 years. Or I forgot. Was it 16 years with the Patriots?
It's 20.
Yeah, 12.
20.
So he moves from that system to another team. You're not thinking he's going to be the same Tom Brady, just like you're not thinking Joe Montana is going to be the same Joe Montana on this team. He's old. About that
because of where he moved. Tampa was already a veteran team. The defense was a veteran defense. Shaq Barrett, Vita Vea, and Dominic.
Tampa Bay was already one quarterback away from being great already.
Exactly.
Jameis Winston had.
From that standpoint, you know Tom Brady ain't gonna go nowhere. Tom Brady ain't finna go nowhere where he ain't finna play.
But the Raiders wasn't one quarterback away from being a Super Bowl team. Tampa Bay was.
It's different.
Tampa Bay had everything in place already.
It's gonna pain me to say it's different if it's Tom. I learned.
You know what?
Now, would I like Tom Brady going to the Raiders? Yeah, I would have loved Tom Brady going to the Raiders.
It hurt when I learned too, because it hurt. Because it's Tom.
The Raiders wasn't one quarterback away, but they was one superstar away. I ain't gonna lie to you, and that's the superstar that was.
But at that time, was you thinking he was gonna be exactly what you needed, or was you thinking?
I wasn't. I'll be honest, I wasn't.
With the Raiders, I would have thought that.
But that's what he was probably thinking. Like, I believe in my young players.
They was already trying to sell on the Raiders before. Like, they pretty much had everything, and they wasn't sure if Carr was the answer. So, at that time with the Raiders, I kind of would have thought that.
You would have thought go with the old guy, not look for a new guy.
Brady,
not try to draft a new.
Yeah, like Mike said, it was because the whole hype was, is Derek Carr that dude? They didn't know.
I remember that. Yeah, but at that time, like I said, you got a fresh Tom Brady leaving a team he's been on forever. He ain't never seen another system. He ain't never played for another team. This is a different wide receiving core, defense, coaching. You're not thinking, okay, Tom Brady's still that dude. I mean,
that's the point, though. That Tampa Bay,
Rams could have thought that about Stafford.
When Stafford went to the Rams, nobody was thinking Super Bowl.
Who was it? I told y'all from jump. Stop playing.
You're one out of a million people, Mike.
I'm not the only one.
Come on now.
But wait, hold on. Though.
Nobody thought you can't say Matt Stafford and Hall of Fame in one sentence together.
Oh my!
Wait.
Here we go with this.
Cut it out. You can't.
Hold on. I will say this, and then I think
say Super Bowl champion though.
I will say this.
Nobody saw that coming with a telescope.
I think after this we can go ahead and leave it and leave this where it's at. When you have quarterbacks like Tom Brady, he changes the system to his liking.
You have to give him the reins. You have to give him the keys to the Jeep.
He becomes the system.
No, but I only say that because I've seen it happen with quarterbacks like Brett Favre. When Brett Favre left the Packers, he was on the Jets. He went to the Vikings. He made the system changes to the quarterback.
Yep.
The
He
quarterback,
became the system.
your
And he damn
system,
near went to the
your
Super Bowl with
system,
Minnesota.
your system,
He
your
could have went, but
system
he made
becomes the
that bad mistake.
quarterback. Your system becomes the quarterback. The quarterback doesn't have to
Don't
change to
blame
your
him. That
system.
wasn't his fault. My bad.
That interception wasn't his fault.
Bro,
No,
they
no.
got cheated out of that game, bro.
They
Stop
did.
it.
No, hold on.
Stop
Adrian
it.
Peterson fumbled the ball too. Adrian Peterson fumbled. On the one.
Bro.
That
So you
nigga
telling me
Adrian
when he was
Peterson
already
fumbled
running
on
for a
one.
first down, just not throw that ball?
Bro,
You
they
wanted him to
got
keep throwing?
cheated out of that game, bro.
Here we go.
But you know what?
You must be a Packers fan.
But you know what? I think
That
we
was
can go ahead and
Minnesota. How am I a Packers fan?
Because you came up with bull crap analogies. That was Brett Favre lost that game.
Oh my god.
He had a great game.
All day
Hey,
AP
He had
fumbled.
hold
he had a
up.
great game the
AP
whole game,
fumbled
I
on
and
the
got
one.
you. Hold
decides to
on.
throw an interception. He became the old Brett Favre, the gunslinger.
Hey,
He threw the
No,
ball when
hey,
it wasn't
no,
supposed to be
cuz
thrown.
Minnesota
hey,
had the game won. Minnesota had the ball on the 3. They handed off to all day AP. You know what he do? This nigga fumbles at the 1.
Yeah, he fumbles at the 1, and then Brett Favre threw the crucial interception that ended the game at the what was that, overtime?
hey,
When he could have ran for a first down.
hey, wait, hold up. Minnesota did get screwed. They got screwed. Minnesota was supposed to have won that game. Yeah, Favre made that bad throw. Yeah, I'm not excusing that he did. But Minnesota was supposed to have won that game. And a lot of people believe that was karma, like the Saints losing the Saints losing to the Rams. A lot of people think that was karma from that game. Because there's to this day, a lot of people say Minnesota got screwed out of the Super Bowl. A lot of people think Minnesota should have went and won the Super Bowl that year. Like, in my opinion, as much as I can't stand Minnesota, yeah, they got screwed. They got screwed.
But you know what? But you know what?
That's what making some terrible calls.
We can go ahead and leave it there at that. This has been Can I Get Some Sports with That? Don't forget to remember, subscribe, leave a like, follow us on Twitter at Can I Get Some Sports with That? Also, make sure to like us on Facebook at Can I Get Some Sports with That? We will be coming back to you all with another episode very soon. So, panel, go ahead and say goodbye to the people.
Hey, like and subscribe. Leave comments. We will comment back.
Peace, love, and weed sticks.
Especially on the buffoonery that these guys are talking about.
And as always, this has been Can I Get Some Sports with That? Y'all see the logo behind me. We are out. Peace.
We out.